Welcome to The Awakened Heart, a podcast for healing women, a space where your voice matters, your body is honored, and your healing is always sacred. I'm Autumn Moran, therapist, life coach, and your companion on the journey of coming home to yourself. This episode is for the woman whose life grinds to a halt the moment anything, gets added to the calendar. For the woman who has one doctor's appointment, one therapy session, one Zoom call, and suddenly the whole day feels like it's already taken. You know your appointment is hours away, or maybe it's 20 minutes long, but the anticipation drains you. You can't relax before, you can't plan anything after. You just don't even know what to think. You don't know what to feel. It just wait. Just wait. That's all you got. And maybe you wonder, why does this take so much out of me? Why does one thing feel like a mountain? If that's you, my dear, you're not lazy, you're not broken, you're not dramatic. You're likely living with anticipation fatigue, task paralysis, and maybe a nervous system that's been on overdrive for far too long. In this episode, we're going to talk about why this happens, how it affects your body and your brain, and what to do about it in real life with tools that actually help according to evidence-based research in neuroscience, mindfulness-based research, somatic psychology, cognitive processing therapy, which is a goodie, great for trauma processing, and dialectical behavior therapy, excellent for many things. Love the program, love the theory. So no gatekeeping here. I'm going to give you all the insight and all the tools. So let's name what's really going on. This thing you're feeling. It's not laziness or avoidance. It's not executive dysfunction in a vacuum. It's your body, it's your body trying to protect you. And your brain firing up like the thing that's coming is already happening. Anticipation fatigue is what happens when your system braces, hours or even days in advance for what's ahead. It kicks in when you've been over-responsible for too long, when your brain is wired for danger, when you're neurodivergent and your sense of time is nonlinear. You don't feel frozen because the task is hard. You feel frozen because the waiting, the prepping, the emotional rehearsal already wore you out. You're not doing the thing, but you've already lived it 10 times in your head. At minimum, at best, right? 1,000,000 times. And now your nervous system is fried. So let's get honest about what's really happening when one little thing on the calendar takes up your whole day. You're running mental simulations. What will I wear? What will I say? How will I feel after? You're trying to predict the unpredictable, especially if you've lived through trauma or constant overstimulation. You're already preparing for the crash that might come after the thing. Or you're managing anxiety, shame, and the inner critic all at once. Why can't I just do it like everyone else? Why is this so hard? This should be easy. For neurodivergent folks, time isn't linear. It's either now or not now, which makes future events feel impossibly large until they're done. And for trauma, I can't get this correct, let's try it again. And for trauma survivors, anticipation often activates a survival response. Your body remembers what it's like to be unprepared, caught off guard, or in danger. So now it over-prepares. It shuts everything else down to stay ready. On guard, if you will, right? So why does your whole day shut down before one little thing? And how do we gently shift out of that freeze? Let's get into it. This isn't about discipline. It's not about fixing. It's about understanding what your body, brain, and beliefs are doing, and then meeting yourself with the right kind of support. So I've got 5 powerful lenses that we're going to look through to explore how to use this in real time, how to overcome anticipation fatigue, task paralysis. Neuroscience, somatic psychology, mindfulness, CPT, and DBT. All right, so neuroscience. Your brain's not lazy. It's conserving energy and bracing for impact. So when a task or an appointment is on the horizon, your brain shifts into anticipation mode. This pulls energy away from the present and towards what's next. If you're neurodivergent, you may also have less dopamine, making every task feel boring, hard to start, or overwhelming. So the how. What do? Neuroscience says break tasks into dopamine crumbs. Just open the email. Just put your shoes on. That's it. Tiny wins give your brain the hit it needs to start. Attach instant reward to the tiniest action. When I text my client, I'll sit in the sun for 2 minutes, right? When I return that phone call, I'm going to make a nice warm tea and sit by the window. Use background stimulation to get started. So this is essentially body doubling, music, podcast, or a person. It can engage the ADHD brain by increasing arousal safely. And then outsource the memory load. Use timers, sticky notes, or calendar reminders so your brain doesn't have to hold everything. That mental juggling, that's exhausting, right? So like with the sticky notes, or when it's in your head like this, write it out. What's your steps you need to take? What time do you have? See what your timeline is on paper. Sometimes it really helps to just see it solid on paper, concrete. So the core message of neuroscience is you're not disorganized. Your brain is trying to survive a system that doesn't work for it. Let's work with your biology, not against it. Next up is somatic psychology. Your body may be frozen, but not failing. So here's the why under a somatic lens. If your body feels paralyzed before the task, it might be in a freeze response. This is your nervous system saying, we don't know what's coming, so we're playing dead just in case. This is common in trauma survivors and people who carry long-term emotional stress. Your body is trying to protect you. So how do you work through this in a somatic psychology lens? Grounding. Feel your feet. Touch a texture. Hold a mug. Name 5 things you can see right now. This tells your body it's present. Next up, give yourself movement breaks. Wiggle, stretch, shake, do 5 to 10 jumping jacks, or dance to one song. Wiggle, slowly dance however you want. Just movement discharges stored stress. And my favorite go-to for anything regulating or grounding, breath work to soothe the nervous system. Simply take nice deep breaths in so that your belly expands, goes beyond the chest and goes into the belly. And then make sure your exhale is long. Just let everything out. And lastly, a safe sensation. Use a weighted blanket, a soft hoodie, some essential oils, or a warm tea. Pressure helps regulate the vagus nerve. Safe sensations. Core message from somatic psychology: if your body is shut down, your brain won't come online. Start with a sensation, not with shame. Reclaim your body, then return to the task. Sounds fun, right? I mean, even when the wiggling and the somatic movement, I'm not talking about anything prescribed or anything performance-based. This is about just moving with what feels good with your body, even if that's laying in bed and just slowly rocking, and then making it bigger, then a little bigger, until you're just rolling all around the bed and you're ready to roll dramatically up to standing. Ground those feet on the ground. Name what you see. Take a deep breath. Wiggle, shake, anything that feels good in the moment. Just show up for the body. See what happens when you give it movement. Up next, mindfulness-based. Anticipation isn't the problem. Your relationship to it is, my dears. So what's the why according to mindfulness? Anticipation fatigue often spirals when we're in the what if mode, trying to outthink discomfort. So mindfulness helps us step out of the fear about the future and into the power of right stinking now. So the how for mindfulness is to anchor what's real right now. I'm just brushing my teeth. Nothing is happening yet. You can also name the emotion. This is anxiety, not truth. Schedule the spiral. Give your brain a time to think about it. I'll prep at 1 p.m. Until then, I'm off duty. Self-compassion statements are really helpful with a mindfulness-based lens. This is hard for me and I'm still worthy. I'm allowed to feel stuck without judging myself for it. Like, no judgment. Be in the present moment without judgment is essentially mindfulness. And mindful tasking, not multitasking, mindful tasking. Set a 5-minute timer. Do something mindfully, just one thing, one task, one activity for just 5 minutes. Then stop. You're building trust, not perfection. Just give yourself 5 minutes to be in one task. Minimize all the other input. And then from that, mindfulness is simply saying, you don't have to get rid of the dread. You don't have to live inside it all day. Just come back to right now. Come back to the breath. Come back to the moment. You're right here. Enjoy this moment. What's present? You have no control over the future, so stay right here. My favorite theory, cognitive processing therapy, CPT. Your thoughts about the task are driving the dread. So our beliefs about the task shape how we feel about it. If you've internalized, I always screw this up, I'm going to get judged, or if I mess up, I'll be rejected. Of course, your system panics. CPT helps gently challenge those trauma-shaped beliefs. And this is how. You name what CPT calls your stuck point. A belief about yourself, others, or the world that keep you stuck, essentially. If I go to this appointment, then they'll think I'm disorganized. Check for the evidence. Have people actually said anything to you to make you believe that? What if they've thought the opposite? Try to reframe it. And then replace it with a balanced truth. Even if I'm late, I'm still showing up, and that matters. Or, let's see, I've handled hard things before. I can handle this too. And write it out. Use a thought tracker to document what you believed before, what happened, and how you felt. You'll often find your fears weren't true. And I like to always fall back to my definition of fear, F-E-A-R. It is false evidence appearing real. Don't make a rule by it. So here, your fear is real, but it's not always true. It's about rewriting the script in your head that helps your body feel more safer in taking action. So in my line of work, when I'm working with trauma recovery, I utilize CPT. And with CPT, I also incorporate somatic movement and nervous system regulation, so mindfulness-based therapy. And with those combined, I find that you can regulate your nervous system, identify the stuck point, work through it, and then regulate the nervous system if it's been dysregulated in the midst of processing that trauma. So it's beautiful. It's a beautiful combo. And then the last one we have, which is certainly not the least, is DBT, dialectical behavior therapy. I mean, love it. Chef's kiss too. It's all about holding opposites. This is really hard, and I can still do something small. It gives us tools to regulate emotions and act in the face of them, not wait until we feel better. So here are some hows when it comes to using DBT. Opposite action. You feel like hiding? Try a small version of the opposite. One little micro choice. Text one person, put on the clothes, step outside for 30 seconds. Like anything, 30 seconds is enough. Just try it, small steps, see how you feel. Distress tolerance skills. Splash some cold water. Put an ice pack on your chest where your vagus nerve is. Do some physical activities, some push-ups, burpees, take a jog, get out in nature. Progressive muscle relaxation where you squeeze and release each part of your body one by one. Then you can validate and have action. It makes sense I feel dread. It's okay to need help. And I can still take one step toward what matters. So if you need someone to body double with you while getting dressed, if you need your voice recorder or journal to help you process and get it outside of your body, you can use your resources. And that's taking one step toward to getting out of that anticipation fatigue. And I said this earlier, but body doubling and accountability, it's important. Sometimes a podcast playing, sometimes a safe show playing can help you get motivated to do the dishes, to get ready for the doctor's appointment, to have something there. Ask someone to sit with you while you start, or text a friend, hey, I'm doing this thing right now. Will you check in with me in X amount of time or at so-and-so o'clock? So DBT's core message is you don't need to feel ready to begin. You need safety, you need support, and you need small wins. And you deserve them. And also, if you're neurodivergent, the ADHD brain loves novelty, newness, and reward. So if something is dreading and you've got that anticipation fatigue, but you'd like to do something in between, or you'd like to prepare or take time, try to introduce something, novelty, newness, or reward. Going to reward yourself if you're getting dressed. Going to reward yourself for going to take a walk before taking a shower to get dressed. Going to reward yourself for making a nice lunch before getting ready to go walk, to go take a shower, to get ready to get dressed, right? I reverse engineered that. So just reward yourself. Treat yourself, girl. That's the ADHD way. You can pick one of these tools. Just try it. If anyone resonated with you, try one and then try the next. You don't need to do them all at once. You don't need to do them all, but get some of them in your toolbox. Get 3 to 5 good skills in your toolbox to use for coping, for self-soothing. You're not building discipline, you're building safety and capacity. You're unlearning the lie that if you can't do it all, you're not doing enough. You're learning that your nervous system deserves respect, girl. Yes. That your body is allowed to say not yet. That your brain is allowed to need a little bit more time. That you are still good, still worthy, and still capable, even if you take a whole day to prepare for one thing. Even if that's all you do. Let that be enough. If that's how it ends up, don't guilt yourself into it. Just let it be what it is. And try next time. You'll have plenty of opportunity. So here is what we now know. If one thing on the calendar takes up your whole day, it's not a time management problem. It's a nervous system signal. A pattern born from your brain, your body, and your lived experiences. And you don't have to heal that with more pressure. You have to heal it with more understanding, compassion, accommodations, systems. Neuroscience showed us that dopamine, overstimulation, and executive functioning aren't flaws. They're brain patterns that respond to support, structure, and rewards. Somatic psychology reminds us that freeze isn't failure. It's a protective response. So movement, breath, and safe sensations help you bring the body back online. Mindfulness offered us presence, compassion, and permission to slow down. Not every thought is truth. Feelings aren't facts. Not every feeling needs a fix. Cognitive processing therapy, CPT, helped us unearth the thoughts that feed the fear. Then you can rewrite them one belief at a time. Look for the evidence that supports or disputes that belief. Most of the time, evidence disputes it. Check it out, girl. Rewire it, make it anew, and then every time that thought comes up again, say, the new definition is this, and that's the way we're going to talk from now on. DBT, dialectical behavior therapy, taught us how to act with emotion, not in spite of it. How to manage the emotion. Cold therapy, body movement, deep breathing. And underneath all of this, here's the truth I want to leave with you today. You are not behind. You are not weak. You are carrying things the world doesn't see, and still you're fucking trying. Still you're fucking showing up so amazingly. And that matters more than anything else. So the next time you feel the whole day swallowed by just one thing on the calendar, I hope you remember this episode. I hope that you can pause, take a breath, and say, I'm allowed to need more time. I'm allowed to create space around my energy. And I can find a way to care for myself inside this moment, not just on the other side of it. Let your body be your ally. Let your pacing be holy. And let your needs stop being a secret. You deserve a life that doesn't run you over. You deserve rhythms that reflect who you are, not who the world expects you to be. One thing on the calendar doesn't mean you're not capable. It just means you're human. And being human in this world takes a hell of a lot of courage. And you, my love, are doing a beautiful, beautiful job. I hope some of this helped you today. I hope you're able to take a couple of nuggets and try it when that task paralysis or anticipation fatigue comes in. As always, I thank you so much for being here with me. If this episode stirred something in you, a memory, a truth, or even a question, I'd love to hear about it. You can message me in the show notes, or you can find me on Instagram at Empowering Wellness Hub, and let me know what came up. And if you've listened to this and you're thinking, hey, I want to talk a little bit more about this, well, I want you to know that's exactly what I do. I offer private therapy sessions if you're in Texas, and life coaching if you're outside the state or abroad. Whether you're healing trauma, navigating a big life shift, or just ready to come home to yourself, this is what I do. This is what I love to do day in and day out. This is my job. I hold space each and every week for so many beautiful women, and if you want it, I welcome the opportunity to work with you. If you're curious about it, you can go to my link tree and fill out a consultation request form so we can schedule to meet up. As you're there in that link tree, you can get my Spotify playlist that's made for badass women and to help you heal through softness and strength. And there's a couple of more resources to guide you home to your voice, your body, and your power. And as always, that's twice I said that, but always, please don't forget to follow. Share this episode with someone who needs it, and take what you need. Leave the rest. Leave it at the door, girl. Until next time, may you be happy and free. May mine and your healing ripple outward to bless this world with happiness and freedom. Take care of you, and I will see you soon.